highly performance personnel, community involvement, and effective and equitable use of resources. Under each one of those 5 bullets, there are more bullets that explain each one of the priorities and goals. So my whole point is that we as a district should focus on our mission statement, which is to commit ourselves to the educational excellence of all of our students. The student safety and the border should be handled by law enforcement and the City of San Luis elected officials. To me, that's a federal issue, and we as a Yuma Unified School Board, Governing Board, don't have control over this issue.
Thank you. Anybody else? I have one thing. I would like to give a big shout out to our Cibola Ryla students who volunteered and helped out at Midnight at the Oasis, a food booth for Rotary. They were organized, they were well-dressed, they smiled, they were go-getters, they went into the crowd to drum up interest, and it was really a wonderful thing to see. They stayed till the very end. I would also like to give a shout out to Miss Monique Manifold for staying till the end. It was windy and cold, and we appreciate it. And also, I wanted to make a comment about Cibola CTE program, which is hospitality. They were helpers for the VIP booth at Midnight at the Oasis, and again, looked so professional, were wonderful, and I think they're being recognized in the national stage, so that's great. So that's all I have. If nobody else, we'll move on to item 2.2, Superintendent's Report. Ms. Tim.
Thank you, Madam President. For the superintendent report, I'm very proud this time of year. Every single day, 180 days, we have excellent teachers. But this time of year, select teachers are nominated, and they are selected by their campuses to be Teacher of the Year nominees and new Teacher of the Year nominees. And I believe we might have some in the audience. So if you are one, can you please stand up? I know we at least have one finalist here. Yeah. So thank you. I want to thank Eric Patton and his team with Christian Leslie, who put this video together that honors each one of our nominees. And we do have 3 finalists for High School Teacher of the Year that will be announced in, or I think May 1st, I believe is the date. So hope we have some great news there that we have a Teacher of the Year and a High School Teacher of the Year out of the 3. That'd be outstanding. But I'm going to ask Danny if you'd like to play the video. It is about 9.5 minutes, but it does honor each one of our nominees. So to recap, we have Jonica Flores from Cibola, we have Jennifer Jensen from Gila Ridge, and then we have Catherine Lloyd, who's here from Vista. They're our Teacher of the Year finalists, so let's give them a round of applause again. Before we move on to Student Council, I just want to make the observation. I'd already watched this video, so I took the opportunity to watch the principals' faces during the video. And when their teachers were up there, they had the biggest smiles on their face, and then they went back to stoic. But it was great. Even you, Ms. Campa, you were not smiling for everyone except for Kofa. But that is so awesome that our principals know what their teachers are bringing every single day to the campus, each and every teacher. But obviously the ones that were nominated and selected, hold a special place in their heart. So it was really interesting watching your faces. So thank you. Right now, I would like to begin our student council reports, and first one up is going to be Gila Ridge High School. I know I threw a curveball there.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I did.
You only do alphabetical.
You can thank Mr. Pavey for this one.
Thanks, Mr. Pavey.
Thank you so much. To begin, we would like to start with student and staff recognitions. So as stated before, Ms. Jensen has been selected as Teacher of the Year semifinalist, and we would like to acknowledge that. And to continue, I, Levi Wright, was selected as a student recognition. So I decided to acknowledge seniors graduating class of 2025, and I really want to take the initiative and I apologize. So as I was stating before, senior year can be very challenging, and it can be challenging for everyone around these seniors. So I really wanted to take the initiative to acknowledge seniors and the step that they are going to take in their educational career. So I had decided to open up an Instagram account called Halo Rich Decisions to share our graduating students and the colleges and trades they have selected. And speaking of initiative, next up we have community service. So our HOSA nursing program at Hill Ridge High School began a blood drive where eligible students could donate and help save lives. Next up, we have boys soccer. So some members of our boys soccer team volunteered at the Yuma Territorial Marathon to support their own teammate, Axel Labadi, who was running in a marathon even after playing in the game a night before. So next up, we have sports and clubs. So on February 15th through the 16th, the Hill Ridge High School cheer team competed at nationals. So Hill Ridge High School cheerleaders secured 4th place on day 1 and continued and secured 6th place at finals. Next up, we have girls soccer. Millie Vega got Player of the Year for our girls soccer team, and many other girls soccer team members were awarded and are displayed below. So we have Shay, Ariana, and Aaliyah, which earned first team all region honors, and some honorable mentions this soccer season are Itzel and Isabella. This wrestling season, it was a memorable wrestling season. Kennedy Farrar won her division, securing her second state champion title. Cannon Farrar won his division, securing his state champion title. Cannon and Kennedy Farrar become the first siblings to win D1 state championships in the same season. Dana Gomez secured 3rd place in her division to end off a great wrestling season.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Marchant, and I'm Gila Ridge's Student Council sophomore class president. I came to talk about our Arizona Association of Student Councils visit. So our student council went to the AASC State Convention from January 23rd to January 26th, which was an amazing learning opportunity for us to learn about leadership and community. Our student council went to multiple break-off sessions, and which we got to learn what other student councils are doing, especially over in the Phoenix area and Tucson area. And we thankfully learned crucial leadership skills to bring back home a better student council. Here are just some photos of us. So next up we have our recent events. We held Peach Fuzz on February 28th, where our junior boys competed against the senior boys in volleyball. And along with that, we revealed our 2025 prom theme, Welcome to Rio. And then next we had our FCCLA state conference on March 3rd through March 6th, which they attended a state leadership conference to compete in various categories. At this event, Gila Ridge student Samantha Roman gave her closing speech and final moments as a state FCCLA officer. Next, our student council held a Yuma County get-together, which is where all of the student councils in the Yuma County come together, and we just talk about what we all do differently and how we can share our ideas to make the Yuma County have a better student council as a whole. And then, yeah, there are just some more photos. And then that our upcoming events, we have our class of 2026 is hosting the Welcome to Rio prom on April 26th from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Sunset Terrace at the Yuma Civic Center. Next, we have our student council class of 2026 is hosting a Rim and Rumble 4x4 basketball tournament where all the Yuma schools can come and compete in a basketball tournament. And then I think that's it. Oh wait, never mind. VLA is putting on the traditional Powder Puff football game on April 25th, 2025. This is where the junior class girls take on the senior class girls in a football game, while the senior and junior boys cheer team cheers them on. Okay, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gila Ridge. Next up will be Cibola High School.
Good evening. Good evening, Superintendent Brienza, Assistant Superintendents, and Governing Board members. My name is Ellie McNeese.
And my name is Eric Heredia. We are representing Cibola Student Council.
We have some incredible things to share with you that have been happening at Cibola since the last time we presented.
Our students have been actively serving the Yuma community. A few exclusive awards have been received, and some big things are happening in the future.
Starting with community service, 2 of our campus leadership groups, the Raider Athletic Council and the Student Senate, have been participating in the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy. As part of the program, they participated in the 1 million book giveaway. The Raider Athletic Council delivered children's books to Valley Horizon Elementary School, and the Student Senate delivered books to Desert View Academy.
The Criminal Justice CTSO hosted Powder Puff and raised $1,500 for 2 local charities. $750 was donated to Amberly's Place, while the other $750 was donated to the Safe House of Yuma.
Student council members spent some time volunteering at the Humane Society of Yuma, making treats for the shelter dogs on January 18th.
Cibola Customs hosted a car show on November 23rd. It was a well-attended community event where $2,000 was raised and donated to Children's and Family Services.
Student Senate members had the opportunity to present Portrait of a Graduate to the students and staff in the Personalized Learning Program at Gila Vista Junior High School. Being so active in the community is just one part of what makes Cibola the gold standard. We also have students and staff who do amazing things.
Joshua Lopez was awarded the Quince Bridge Scholarship. He will be attending the University of Chicago. Isabella Dueñas was named as a Flynn Scholarship finalist.
Quen Nunez, Eric Resendez, and Michael Gutierrez auditioned for and were selected as part of the All-Region Honor Band and Honor Choir. They traveled to Phoenix on February 15th and performed with top musicians from all around the state. Additionally, Quen Nunez earned a perfect score on his audition and was named the concert master of the orchestra, but chose to perform with the choir. Our drama students gave a sneak peek of their fall show, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, to students at Desert View Academy.
Desert View Academy students were able to take a trip to Cibola and watch part of the show and meet the cast members. The students watched the first act. Many of them returned on opening night with their families to watch the entire performance. In addition to serving the Yuma community, Cibola staff and students have been recognized for several amazing programs.
Band teacher Amanda Delabetta received the Apollo Award for Outstanding Arts Education at the 2024 Tribute of the Muses Award ceremony.
RCT students have been on the road competing in CTSO events. Oh no, sorry, my fault. I'm sorry about that. Cibola High School was named as a Special Olympic Unified Champion School. Only 2 high schools in Arizona earned this designation. To be a champion school, schools must demonstrate a culture of inclusion and positivity for all students in 3 areas: sports, clubs, and overall school climate.
In addition, ESPN recognizes 5 schools in the nation as honor roll schools for being unified champions, and Cibola was listed as one of those 5.
RCT students have been on the road competing in CTSO events at this year's Skilled USA competition. 11 members of the various Cibola CTE programs received gold or placed first awards in their various categories, and over 20 other Raiders also placed in top 3.
Our culinary teacher, Miss Saldana, just won the state level award at the FCCLA conference. She was awarded Spirit of Advising Award and will now compete at the national level to see if she can bring home the award for the best advisor in the country.
Speaking of teachers and honors, we wanted to share our Teachers of the Year candidates with you. Chelsea Cormier is our newest Teacher of the Year. Edward Vargas and Josine Flores are our Teacher of the Year candidates. Ms. Flores is the finalist at county level.
Our winter sports also wrapped up another season and ended with some awards.
Layla Lugan was named as 6'8 Desert Southwest Offensive Player of the Year for soccer.
Mariana Vega was named the 6A Desert Southwest Player of the Year.
Jada Bosch was named as 6'8 Desert Southwest Offensive Player of the Year.
Scott Nielsen was named the 6A Desert Southwest Coach of the Year.
Jose Fernandez was Player of the Year for boys basketball.
Dylan Stanley was named the Offensive Player of the Year.
Coach Ponder was named as Coach of the Year, which he gracefully shared with Coach Harmony. The academic decathlon team qualified for state again and competed on February 27th and 28th in Morsi, Arizona. Cibola ACDEC team placed 4th in regionals. Nate Marcy earned a silver in literature and language and a bronze in art.
As you can tell, our Raiders are always busy.
The Fine Arts Department held a Fine Arts showcase on January 30th.
Cibola Student Council attended the AASC State Convention hosted by Tucson High School, where they were awarded the Outstanding Council of Distinction.
Additionally, Student Council put in a bid to host Arizona Associations of Student Council State Convention in 2027 and won the bid. In January 2027, nearly 2,000 high school student leaders will attend a 3-day leadership conference put on by Cibola High School.
The drama department presented High School Musical on March 6th and 7th, and it was a very fun show to attend.
The local chapter of the Travis Manion Foundation visited Student Council and introduced us to various mentorship programs they offer geared towards furthering developing strong leaders. Our Student Council is excited to be partnering up with TMF.
Cibola is proud to continuously work on maintaining the gold standard, and we were recently named in the top 20 schools by Money Inc.
Finally, we also have some up-and-coming events on campus that we're looking forward to in April and May. Our blood drive, our freshman extravaganza, spring fine arts events, and finally our Mr. Raider.
Thank you, superintendents and governing board, for allowing us to share some of our school's highlights of the many activities and people that make Cibola such a wonderful school. And we have some bracelets to share from the Travis Manion Foundation.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, Cibola.
Thank you.
Madam President, that concludes my report.
That's such a fun report. Thank you so much. We are now moving on to informational items number 3. Item 3.1, budget update. Shall I throw it to Brenda? Thank you.
Good evening. Brenda Higuera. I am here to give our monthly update on for our budget for our maintenance and operations and capital. You should have those in front of you. As always, on our very first page is our maintenance and operation, and you'll see our salaries along with the fixed expenditures and the school budgets. If you move on to the second page, you'll see a continuation of the M&O budget, and that one is broken down by the different departments. And you can see our expenditures for each of them and kind of where we are for the current month as far as percentage. At the bottom, you'll see our total. So our budget for this school year is $109,027,008. Of that, we have spent about 49%, which is 53,521,476 so far. And we're about 66% of the school year. So our next page is our capital budget, and you'll see that very similarly broken down by departments and by the campus budgets. For that, our budget for the year is $14,497,182. Of that, we have spent so far about 54%, which is $7,775,325. The very last page is our monthly student activities fund report. At the very top, you'll see the ending cash balance. That's for the whole district, the $750,214.62. At the bottom, you'll see our year-to-date revenues and expenditures with a balance of $15,099. So you'll see that our students are spending that money, which is what we want to see. Do you have any questions?
Questions, anyone? As always, you do a great job. Thank you. Moving on to informational item 3.2, first read of trust policies. Is that Bobby? Or is that?
I can handle that one.
Thank you.
As we move from the ASBA to the trust, we are developing other policies that will be in the trust as well. So this is just one policy coming for you. I know we've in the past had a lot of trust policies, but you'll see them being sprinkled out over the next few months.
Thank you. They were in our book. Does anybody have a question? Okay, perfect. Moving on to informational item 3.3, the first read of policies, which were also in our book, which are for the ASBA, which we're using through up to July 1st.
Yeah, ASBA, we're still part of ASBA for the policy side. We're utilizing those until June 30th. Sorry, I let the car go by. I need to get a muffler.
It's very loud out there today.
So we'll be, as updates come across because of legislation changes or laws, we update our policies with ASBA because they're still our current policies. These changes that we're making would be reflective in trust policies already, or we'll bring them back to you if we already approved them.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have a question about these? Okay, great. Moving on, 3.4, the website committee. I believe Crystal is coming up.
Yeah, I can do the introduction, then I'm going to turn it over because Mr. Bosch is not here today, and he tasked me with this. I didn't know we could do that. So we have been working on our website. We're very proud of some advances we have, but we do have Crystal Buckley, our director here, and she did bring her team, and they're going to share some of the wonderful things that we've been doing with our website and maybe upcoming things as well.
Thank you, Superintendent Mr. Brianza, Madam President, fellow board members, and associate suits. We are here to share some updates on the website committee. We took it upon ourselves based on some feedback that we had from parents, stakeholders, guardians, that they wanted more information that they can help their students with planning for post-secondary success. So we developed a committee of volunteers, and I was very fortunate to get the people who are here today. So I'd like to introduce Ms. Anastasia Dawson from Hilo Ridge, Carmen Castañeda from Yuma High, Diana Trovatore from Somerton, Michaela Kirkis from Vista, and Jeanette from Cibola. You'll notice that we don't have representation from every school. However, these ladies come from different schools, so they have been not just at the current school that they're at, but they've been at other schools as well, so they brought that knowledge with them. And then Cristian Magaña, who is a communication liaison, who was very instrumental to developing the sites, and then myself. And I will have them take over to share with you how our work came about. We did do some research. We met with some other counselors and did some digging to see what information we could bring and put forth in front of our stakeholders and our students. We discovered that a lot of information was already there. It's just housed on our students' learning management platform, which is Canvas, which isn't accessible to the public or to our parents. So we decided that rather than bringing everything to Canvas or to our website, we focus on what is the core foundational information that our parents need to have or our guardians need to have, and then direct them to, as always, our counselors who can give them more detailed information and who can also tell them what exactly applies to them.
The purpose and goal was to create an accessible, family, student, staff, user-friendly website, pages to support families in post-secondary planning.
So another goal of ours was to provide families and students with organized and clear resources to make better decisions for themselves and their children. It is, however, important that the students and the parents always communicate with their assigned counselor on campus.
We started by researching, looking at wants and needs from our schools. We all put information in the counseling department as what our top priorities are. We also looked at the state of the current websites, looking at different journeys from students, from staff members, from parents of different age students to see what exactly would be needed by different members who are visiting our website. We did a strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats journey as well to see what our website had strong, what we can learn from each other, what we can learn from our sites, and what external factors that could affect the website's performance, effectiveness, and longevity. We looked at schools from around the state and around the country, trying to find strengths and highlights that we could use when we built our websites.
With all these pages we created from working with the website committee, the purpose of these pages was to have a starting point for families doing research so they reach out to our counselors once they have foundation information of what they have interests. The key areas that we were working on were the college, early going to college, university, military, financial aid, and scholarships.
All right, so my part, so this is just one of the example pages that I was working on. This is the going to college university page. With this page, I mean, we have different avenues of going for a student, either going to a community college, going to public in-state university, or out-of-state and private university. We split it into 3 different sections to kind of let the person that's visiting the site, okay, I'm interested in community college, I'm gonna click on here. And it just gives them information of what they should expect when they're trying to look into information on that. And if you see at the bottom of this example, you see that it says for more information or guidance, please reach out to your counselor. You'll see that on every page that we created because this is just a starting point for them. And then if they have questions or specific situations that they want more clarification, they could reach out to our counselors. And you'll see that these pages are on all of our sites, so for every school.
So our next steps, increasing awareness. So we want to make sure people are aware of the sites, the changes that we have done to the sites. It's available on all 7 sites already. The information on your fingertips, we just want to make sure everybody knows. Increasing engagement. So this is to open up more conversation with the counselor. So after you've done your research, come meet with the counselor, follow up with what you saw online. And lastly, we want to have strategic communication. With increased engagement, we're going to check to see what areas receive more traction? So what are the stakeholders interested in, and what do we need to improve? And lastly, the strategic communication. We want to see, after we've collected this data, how do we get the information out? So maybe using our parent square to let them know of future events that are happening, and that could include, for example, college application in the fall, early fall, letting them know your student should be applying to college by now. FAFSA also in the fall, depending on whenever they decide to open the application, could be October or December. And then scholarships. So the springtime is our busy time, so we would be using the communication to let them know that scholarships are available and then reroute to the link that is on the page for scholarships.
So that wraps up our work so far with the website committee. Like they said, we are not done. We plan to continue to meet periodically to, 1, keep the sites updated, and two, how else can we support and communicate our information to our parents and our stakeholders? Any questions?
I have a question. Oh my gosh, that's very loud. I'm sorry. It's live, correct, Crystal?
It is live now.
Okay, and it's on a tab on every school's website.
Yes.
And
Every school has the academic, oh, it's not there, but every school has a section for academics, and under academics is counseling. And when you click on counseling, the left navigation bar has all of these pages listed in addition to the ones that were already there.
Perfect. And then obviously our counselors are very familiar with this website
With
addition.
the counseling page of addition, yes. We did update the directors of counseling when we started the work. They were the ones who nominated the volunteers to be on the committee, and so I've kept them informed. Anastasia is also part of the directors of counseling meetings, so she's also shared some of the things that we've had going on and conversations that we've had. Actually, through our work, we found that we have a general scholarship application packet that goes out to every senior. However, it looked very different at Cibola, Hill Ridge, Kofa, and one of the things that she was able to do, because she's on in both meetings, she was able to take that packet, take it back to the counselors, and say, hey, we noticed this discrepancy among the 7 schools. Can we work to align so that it's the same? And they did that 2 weeks ago, I believe, last week or 2 weeks ago, and so now we have a general packet for all the schools to use, and it looks the same.
Perfect. And then last question is, anybody you don't need to log in to get this information, correct?
No, this is live on our website, which is what makes it accessible versus what we thought was there was not a lot out there. What we found is there is a lot of support. It's just housed in Canvas where only the students have access, not the parents. So
Right.
this is bringing a small portion of what's available to the students to the parents and the guardians' hands. And the goal is, as you know, we're an AVID district, so I'm always going to tout this is an AVID strategy. Find out where you're confused. Once you have your point of confusion, come and talk to your counselor.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Thank you so much, all of you, for presenting. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 4, call to the public. Any person wishing to speak may present the information at this time only. All presentations are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 15 minutes on each subject. Before you begin to speak, please identify yourself by clearly stating for the record your name. Comments by members of the governing board in response to the public comment will be limited to asking staff to review the matter or requesting rescheduling of the matter for further consideration at a later date. I do have 2, and the first one would be Gladys Brown. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Gladys Brown, Airport Director, as well as mother of many, I feel like that these days. Proud parent of Gila Ridge High School many students, again. Dear President Kravitz and Governing Board members, I'd like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude for the district's decision to assist with our son Nohea's education records. Both his father and I deeply appreciate the board's understanding of our request and the corrective action taken in response. My commitment to supporting the students, parents, and dedicated educators within the school remains steadfast. I continue to engage with the district, offering insight and resources that contribute to the success of our schools and programs. As a professional employed by a community-driven board of directors, I have been fortunate to leverage marketing funds to improve the lives of students and support their endeavors throughout the school year. Our contributions span across various programs, including athletic booster clubs, arts, music, CTE, STEM initiatives, future livestock and farming programs, Special Olympics, childhood cancer awareness, and scholarship providing entities. To date, just for our high school students and those in the district, the amounts nearly to about $37,000 of the small marketing budget that I have, which is close to 73 different sponsorships, and that's just for the schools. I take great care to ensure that every high school in the district, including our newest campus in Somerton, receives support. In light of the recent personal experiences, I've made the decision, supported by the team at the airport, to personally hand deliver sponsorships to each program. This approach will allow me to spend 5 minutes with students, parents, and educators to emphasize the importance of understanding their roles and responsibilities as outlined in the student handbook. I strongly believe that fostering clear communication between students, parents, and school representatives will help set behavior expectations and promote healthy boundaries for our future leaders. Additionally, I'd like to address the Yuma Union High School's Climate and Culture Survey released last month. While I appreciate the effort to assess our district's environment, I noticed that the survey did not allow parents to provide written comments. Without that option, parents are unable to share meaningful insights about their experience or concerns. Many parents may not even be aware that they have the opportunity to voice their point of view here at the monthly meetings. For example, some parents feel their children do not feel safe at school, yet they lack a platform to propose solutions. Many would willingly volunteer and advocate at the state level if funding is a barrier to improving safety measures. Furthermore, I'd like to encourage the board to consider allowing our educators to provide honest feedback anonymously about the work environment. So with that, again, the biggest thing is allowing them to provide their input too, to be valuable in shaping the positive school culture. So I have just a paragraph there. I want to say thank you, and it's very impressive to watch those presentations. I think a lot of leaders need to come to watch the different schools. I thought that that was extremely inspiring, and to watch them and to see what they're doing. And I hope that others come here, because that actually is one of the highlights of coming to these meetings, is listening to that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next request is from Joanne Pfizer and Ginny LeGros.
Pull this down. Good evening, President Kravitz, Superintendent Branza, Associate Superintendents, board members, staff, and Yuma community. I'm Joanne Pfizer, Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition's Executive Director. Along with me is Jenny LeGros, Yuma County Mental Health Coalition's Executive Director. And we are excited to share with you tonight. We have some goodies to pass to you, but we are announcing that there will be a press release tomorrow. The 2025 Seniors in the Glow Grad Night moves inside the Yuma Civic Center for an unforgettable celebration hosted by our coalitions. And the Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition and the Yuma County Mental Health Coalition are thrilled to announce that the 2025 Seniors in the Glow Grad Night will take place inside the Yuma Civic Center on Friday, May 23rd, 2025. This exciting all-night event provides all Yuma County graduates, seniors, with a safe, substance-free, and unforgettable celebration to mark their achievements. This year's move inside to the Civic Center provides a comfortable indoor setting with optional weather conditions, ensuring a seamless and enjoyable experience for all attendees. Last year, when we brought this event back after being gone for 10 years, we had an attendance of over 2,000 out at the Ray Kroc Stadium, and it was on the baseball field. If any of you were at graduation, it was very windy, very cold, and this party was hosted from 11 p.m. at night to 3 in the morning. We had so many students enjoy the night of festivities, and we are excited to host again this year. We wanted to share with you guys the champion t-shirts that we gave out to the volunteers of over 70 plus that helped us put this all together. And the t-shirts glow. So in the dark, if you're wearing that t-shirt, the front of it glows, and we plan to do t-shirts again for the first 250 graduates that come into the Civic Center this year. We want to thank you for allowing us to share the posters with all of the principals and campuses, and really supporting us, supporting you, because that was how it became a success last year. It was on canvas, and the seniors really embraced it. It was also provided to San Pasquaz High School, and they embraced it, and also all of the homeschool seniors, and they embraced it. It was just an amazing event, and we just really enjoyed teaming up with you guys and hosting this for the seniors.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't have any other. I have one more. Two more. Thank you, Tim. Okay. Next up, we have Ariam. I am so sorry, I'm going to butcher your names. And Maya. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of the school board. My name is Ariam Esmeralda.
Good afternoon, members of the school board. My name is Maya Chavez.
We come with all respect and in acknowledgement of our principal, Mr. Advisu. We are sophomores at Somerton High School. I'm here speaking from my heart in support of bringing Alyssa Plaza back as both a teacher and a cheer coach. Alyssa just wasn't a cheer coach or a teacher to me. She was someone who truly cared about us. As a cheer coach, she saw potential in me when I couldn't see it in myself. She believed in me when I was struggling both on the mat and off.
She pushed us to be better, not just as cheerleaders, but as a person. And as a teacher, she made me feel like I mattered. She never gave up on me, even when I felt lost and or frustrated. Yes, mistakes were made, but none of us are perfect. There are so many bigger issues happening in this school. For example, mental health struggles, bullying, and students feeling overwhelmed. Alyssa always was there to help, offering us her guidance and comfort to anyone who needed it. She made us feel like we were a part of something big, and she always took the time to listen and understand us. Miss Alyssa Plaza impact goes far beyond coaching and teaching. She's worked tirelessly to help us grow both as athletes and as individuals. She opened doors for us, offering college opportunities that we wouldn't have had otherwise. The money we raised and the achievements we've made with her guidance are proof of her dedication and trust we've built together as a team.
We want Alyssa to stay with us. She's built so much for our team, and we need her more than ever. She's given us so much, and we are asking for a chance to keep growing under her guidance. Everyone deserves a second chance. Alyssa deserves that chance. Please don't let one mistake take away everything she has done for us. Thank you.
Thank you, and to remind you, this was all due with respect.
Thank you, ladies. The last one I have is Ms. Bertha Sandoval.
Good evening, school board members. I hope you are doing well this evening. My name is Bertha Sandoval. I'm a parent at Somerton High School. I stand here in front of you today to bring to your attention the situation going on at Somerton High School regarding Coach Alyssa Plazas. I was taken by surprise when my daughter told me of her suspension. It feels like it came out of nowhere, especially without any prior warning or clear explanation. The situation seems to be unclear, and I just wanted to reach out to see if there's any way to clarify regarding us, me as a parent, and as well the cheer moms. I'm sorry. Please let me state that the remarkable work Coach Plaza, who has constantly gone above and beyond in creating a positive and nurturing environment in her students and her cheerleaders. As a parent at Somerton High School, I have had the privilege of witnessing firsthand the dedication and passion Coach Plaza brings to her classroom, and as well to her cheer team. Her commitment is to fostering an atmosphere of respect and as well empathy and academically. She had a profound impact on my child, Maya Chavez. Coach Plaza takes the time to reconnect to her students and individually, providing support not only for her academic growth, as well as her emotional and social development. In addition to their efforts in the classroom, Coach Plaza has set a powerful example on my daughter for showing her that she is capable of doing things that she was never
she never thought she was able to do. During her middle school years, my daughter was a troubled student. She was failing her classes, not knowing if she was going to be able to graduate middle school. When she started at Somerton High School and was under the guidance of Coach Blasa, my daughter did a whole 360 turn, always getting A's, starting to getting A's and B's on her classes, and as well taking college classes during her high school years. My daughter also struggles with her appearance, and Coach Blasa always told my daughter that it was a superficial thing. I believe it is important to recognize educators who make such a positive difference in the lives of students, and I wanted to share my appreciation for the incredible work Coach Blasa is doing. Her dedication helps shape not just educate students, but as well-rounded individuals who would be contributing positively in our community in the future. Thank you for taking the time to letting me stand here in front of you, and the continued support to the educators you provide as the school district and all the high schools.
Thank you. Are there any more? Okay, thank you so much. We're going to move on to item 5, consent items, adoption of items of routine nature and those that normally do not require deliberations on the part of the governing board. A board member may pull items which will be discussed and voted on separately. Does anybody have anything to pull? I do not. Okay, I just wanted to, we got everything in our board book, but I just wanted to point out that we have 2 separate personnel items, and the second one was to authorize the district to offer contracts soon for next year. So is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
All the consent items?
All the consent items.
Yeah. Can you just restate that for me?
I make a motion to approve the consent items as stated.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. A motion made by Carlos, seconded by Shelley. Is there any comments or questions? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Action item 6.1, accepting donations. I will read them into the record now, happily. To Cibola High School, donors choose donated classroom supplies to the Cibola High School. Mr. Mireles' 9th grade classroom. The estimated value of this donation is $307.18. Donors choose donated animal specimens to the Cibola High School Animal Kingdom classes. The estimated cost of this donation is $591. Studio Y donated a $25 gift card to the Cibola High School Faculty Staff Wellness Week Challenge. Healing Hands and Wellness donated a $25 voucher to the Cibola High School Faculty Staff Wellness Week Challenge. Lunar Aesthetics donated healing crystals, herbal tea, and incense to the Cibola High School Faculty Staff Wellness Week Challenge. The estimated value of this donation is $10. Vita Holistic Healing, Inc. donated a $25 voucher to the Cibola High School Faculty Staff Wellness Week Challenge. Sunkissed Coffee House donated a $20 gift card and protein bars to the Cibola High School Faculty Staff Wellness Week Challenge. Caballeros de Yuma, Inc. donated $350 to the Cibola High School Girls Soccer to use as needed. To Gila Ridge High School, Brooklyn Marchant donated concession items to the Gila Ridge High School class of 2027 to be used to sell as fundraisers. The estimated cost of this donation is $200. Hawks Football Booster Club donated 60 practice jerseys and 60 game pants to the Gila Ridge High School football program. The estimated cost of this donation is $8,100. Hawks Cross Country and Track and Field Booster Club donated $5,000 to the Gila Ridge High School Athletic Track and Field program. Hawk Booster Club donated field marking paint to Gila Ridge High School to be used by FBLA as needed. The estimated cost of this donation is $150. Berenice Flores donated a football helmet to Gila Ridge High School to be used by the football program. The estimated cost of this donation is $612.47. To Kofa High School, King's Regiment Band Boosters donated $275 to the Kofa High School Winter Band to be used for band events. Donors Choose donated classroom supplies to the Kofa High School 11th grade Avid classroom. The estimated cost of this donation is $375.62. To San Luis High School, the City of San Luis donated expenses for a photo booth and decorations to San Luis High School to be used for Senior Awards Night. The estimated cost of this donation is $500. Committee de Bienestar donated $500 to San Luis High School to be used for Senior Awards Night. To Somerton High School, Cassandra Yasso donated concession items to the Somerton High School Student Council to be used for resale or gifted to students. The estimated cost of this donation is $65. Special Olympics of Arizona donated sports equipment and other athletic items to Somerton High School to be used for unified sports and unified PE classes. The estimated cost of this donation is $1,199.10. Tina Ponce Gonzalez donated concession items to the Somerton High School Gamers Guild to be used for resale or gifted to students. The estimated cost of this donation is $100. Controlled Force donated 10 5-gallon igloo coolers to the Somerton High School Athletics Department. The estimated cost of this donation is $450. Yuma High School Donors Choose donated books to the Yuma High School Library. The estimated cost of this donation is $1,193. Crim's Baseball Booster Club donated 2 sets of Nike baseball uniforms to the Yuma High School baseball program. The estimated cost of this donation is $5,000. Education Foundation of Yuma County donated $750 to the Yuma High School Mastery of the Arts program. Yuma FFA donated a criminal mascot costume to Yuma High School. The estimated cost of this donation is $5,799.16. Yuma County Historical Society donated $600 to the Yuma High School baseball program to be used for equipment, needs, travel, and necessities for the program. Whew. The total donations this month is $32,227.53, and the total year-to-date donation is $337,215.09. Is there a motion?
I move that the governing board accept the above listed donations.
Thank you. Is there a second? Beautiful. Motion made by Christy, seconded by David to accept the donations as read. Comments? Great. Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Ooh. Moving on to item 6.2. Approve open enrollment capacity for 2025-2026. Is there any thing we should know that wasn't in our book?
The only thing in the book, I think there's a chart in there. It says estimated enrollment for 2024-25. It should say estimated enrollment for 25-26.
Oh, thank you.
So as you can see, we do have open enrollment capacity in some of our schools, and we do not have open enrollment capacity in a couple of our other schools.
Perfect. Are there any questions from anybody? It's recommended that we approve this. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the open enrollment capacity as listed for the 2025-2026 school year.
Excellent. Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Christy. Any comments? Great. Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Item 6.3, approving classified hourly rates for summer learning. Also in our books, is there anything that we need to know that wasn't available?
Just know that these rates are maybe different than what people might earn during their 9 or 10 month hourly rate. But for summer school, it's just a flat rate for those jobs. So that's why we need the board's approval to approve it just for summer learning.
Okay. Is there a motion from anyone?
Make a motion to approve the hourly rate for summer learning classified position effective June 2nd, 2025 through June 13th, 2025.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Shelley. Any comments? Great. Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 6.4, approving the 25-26 employee compensation packet. I see Bobby Lambert racing for the podium.
Yes, this is an exciting time for me when I get to break the microphone, I believe. This is an exciting time for me when I get to stand before you guys to talk about raises for our employees. First, before we get started, if I may, Madam President, I would just like to let you know that the board book that went out to the public had incorrect start dates for our 9 and 10 month employees on page 4. It is, however, correct on the board books on your iPad, but I wanted to share the correct dates for those. So July 25th, 2025 for 9 month employees, and July 7th, 2025 for 10 month employees. I wanted to share that information with the public, and I do apologize for that oversight. This is before you today like I said, and it's a pleasure, I have to give Diane credit. She was able to sharpen her pencil again for us one last time. And with that, we're actually able to give a 3% raise to the certified and the administrative support staff, which I think is huge. It goes a long way to what our staff does here at Yuma Union High School District for our students on a day in and day out basis. And then in addition to that, we were also able to give $1 an hour raise to our classified staff. Our bases increased for our classified staff, so that's just the base for individuals that will be coming in after the start of the 25-26 year, not continuing employees. So we increased that base at 50 cents an hour, and then an increase to our certified and support staff to a 1.5% increase as well. So we, I think we do a really good job here at the district, continuing to reward the great work that our employees do here at the high school district, and this is a testament to what we do for our employees. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question, which is now that we have the corrected dates, are they going to be put out to the public?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This will also go out. It'll be on our website without like the rest, like our current compensation packet is, and it will be actually with the corrected dates.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody else have a question? Okay, is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the employee compensation packet for the 2025-2026 school year.
Perfect. Motion made by,
Can I interrupt, please?
do you want them both at one time?
Well, I think we need to have the dates listed in the motion because the dates changed.
Oh.
So if Ms. Mellon, if you could make the motion with the correct dates.
I can.
Oh, my God, I have it right here.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I can.
Before we look, we should have a question.
Here, Shelley.
Just to keep us on the legal side, I would appreciate that because we'd like to get contracts out.
Yeah,
eventually.
thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I move that we, the governing board, approve the employee compensation packet for the 2025-26 school year, to then, with the start date, with a July 25th being the start date for 9-month employees and July 7th, the start date for 10.
Perfect, thank you. I'll second your motion. Thank you very much. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by myself. Any comments or questions?
Mr. Lambert, is it very common to do a compensation package without having received the budget yet? I know we anticipate and it's going to happen, but
So Diane's going to take that one.
We would love to have a budget before we make those decisions. In the past 5 or 6 years, we've not had them before we need to get contracts out, and at least one of those years, we didn't have it until the fiscal year started, and they're predicting that again for this year. I hope they're wrong. So to be conservative with this, we take our 2% mandated increase that we get, and that's our raises. We dedicate 100% of that to raises and for our employees, and we split it evenly. We take that amount of money, we split it between the classified, and then the other half goes to certified. We figure out what that percentage is or what that dollar amount is, and I know it seems maybe not as fair to have 3% for a salary and $1 for an employee, but when you do the math, it all comes out for our employees that way. So yeah, to answer your question, we would love to have a budget, and we'd feel a whole lot better about that, but we are mandated by state statute to be able to get that 2%, and so we rely on that. And our contracts do say, if the legislature comes through and they give us a windfall of money and they give us extra money, we can go back and we can amend our contracts and we can give bigger raises.
I believe we have done that, yeah.
Yes, well, we'd love to do that again.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, the motion was made and seconded, so let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Great, thank you. Moving on to item 6.5, consideration to approve resolution and letter for Arizona congressional leaders regarding Title IX. We all had the resolution in our books. I get to read it out loud for the record. Yuma Union High School District Resolution on Compliance with Title IX. Whereas Title IX of the Education Amendments was signed into law in 1972 by President Richard M. Nixon, Title IX states no person in the United States shall on the basis of sex be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. And whereas Title IX began its journey through all three branches of government when Representative Patsy T. Mink of Hawaii, who is recognized as the major author and sponsor of the legislation, introduced it into Congress. In 1964, Patsy Mink became the first woman of Asian ancestry to be elected in the U.S. House of Representatives. In 1972, she became the chief sponsor of Title IX, which honored her many years of tireless work toward equal rights and education for girls and women. Patsy Mink was given the Medal of Freedom after her death. Whereas for over 50 years, Title IX has protected the educational freedom of young women and young girls and women. It has provided equitable access to athletic programs for girls and women and requires all educational institutions to meet the compliance requirements of Title IX for continued federal financial assistance. Whereas on March 8, 2021, President Joseph R. Biden Jr., by issue of an executive order, demanded a change to Title IX language to include protections from discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity. It was further ordered that within 100 days of this executive order, the Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona, in consultation with Attorney General Merrick Garland, would review all existing regulations, orders, guidance, documents, policies, and any other agency actions that may be inconsistent with the policies set forth in the order. And whereas on April 19, 2024, the U.S. Department of Education released 1,577 pages of the final Title IX regulations, which include clarifications and steps the school must take to protect students, employees, and applicants from discrimination based on sex stereotypes, sexual orientation, gender identity, and sex characteristics. The press release states that rulemaking related to athletics is still ongoing. Page 165 of the final Title IX regulations includes guidance on intentional or unintentional misgendering of students or staff and or using pronouns inconsistent with the gender identity of a person. Quote, the department has long recognized, consistent with the text and the purpose of the statute and court's interpretation, that Title IX's prohibition on sex discrimination encompasses harassment based on sex stereotypes. See EG 2001 Revised Sexual Harassment Guidance at 3, noting that acts of verbal, nonverbal, or physical aggression, intimidation, or hostility based on sex or sex stereotyping is a form of sex discrimination to which a school must respond if it rises to a level that denies or limits a student's ability to participate in or benefit from the educational program. And whereas on August 1st, 2024, these final regulations took effect. The regulations in part attempt to protect transgender persons and those who do not conform to gender stereotypes. This includes requiring schools to allow and make common the use of restrooms and locker room facilities that are not consistent with the person's biological sex, as not to discriminate against a person's belief that they can choose to identify as a different gender or sex. And whereas, since the final regulation language was released in April 2024, there have been several state attorneys general and advocacy organizations that have successfully filed lawsuits against these new rules to enjoin their application by the United States Department of Education. These new rules were prohibited in 26 states. And whereas on January 9th, 2025, a federal district court issued a decision vacating the 2024 Title IX regulations. These new rules are no longer effective in any jurisdiction. And whereas on January 20th, 2025, President Donald J. Trump issued an executive order defending women from gender ideology and extremism and restoring biological truth to the federal government. This executive order ordered all agencies within the executive branch, including the Department of Education and Office for Civil Rights, to, quote, enforce all sex protective laws to promote the reality that the only two sexes are male and female, and that these sexes are not changeable and are grounded in fundamental and incontrovertible reality. And whereas the signing of this executive order by President Trump vacated the 2024 Title IX rule and reestablished the 2020 Title IX rule and long-standing Title IX regulations outlined in 34 CFR 106 et sec. Whereas the signatory governing board members of the Yuma Union High School District were elected to represent the values of their the values of their representative community and to be their voices. To honor our pledge to uphold our oaths of office, we must also consider the laws in place by our United States Constitution, First Amendment and 14th Amendment, and federal government and the Constitution of the State of Arizona, Parents' Bill of Rights, and the State of Arizona. And whereas the First Amendment of the United States Constitution prevents the government from making laws respecting an establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise of religion, or abridging the freedom of speech. We interpret this to mean that we cannot compel the speech of a student employee, nor can we compel the religious or other deeply held beliefs of our students or employees that there are two sexes. And whereas as stakeholders in the educational process, all parental rights are reserved to a parent of a minor child without obstruction or interference from this state, any political subdivision of the state, any governmental entity, or any other institution. 1602, the Parents' Bill of Rights. We interpret this to mean that we cannot demand the parents, guardians compel the speech of their minor children in a way that contradicts their family values or deeply held religious beliefs. Whereas Yuma Union High School District Board Policy, JICUC, states, the district shall not discriminate against students or parents on the basis of a religious viewpoint or religious expression. Additionally, Arizona Revised Statute 15-110A states a public educational institution shall not discriminate against students or parents on the basis of a religious viewpoint or religious expression. Wherefore, be it resolved that the Yuma Union High School District Governing Board has determined, 1, to establish clarity and consistency in Title IX enforcement, the board respectfully urges the Arizona members of Congress to codify a law that is uniform throughout the country and based on President Trump's executive order, allowing public schools to require students to use bathrooms and locker rooms associated with the student's biological sex. 2, Yuma Union High School District will respect and follow all Title IX laws codified by federal law. 3, Yuma Union High School District will continue to serve as the educational hub for its community and will continue to respect Title IX as it was intended. 4, Yuma Union High School District will continue to respect the dignity of every person it serves as required by other state and federal laws. Be it further resolved that the Yuma Union High School District Governing Board will send a formal letter to the Arizona members of Congress with this request for a uniform Title IX law and bathroom and locker room access based on biological sex. Oh. That is the resolution. It was 3 pages, quite long. Is there any motion?
I move that we, the governing board, adopt the resolution and send a letter to Arizona members of Congress to request for congressional action allowing public schools to require students to use locker rooms and restrooms consistent with their biological sex.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Christy. Before you vote, are there any comments? Well, please do. You say it into your microphone so everybody can hear you.
I recommend that anyone and everyone contact their congressman to encourage them to support this resolution.
Is there any other comment? Okay, so I wanted to say thank you for putting this together. Tim, I appreciate it.
I would like to take credit for writing a 3-page resolution, but I would have to say that it was feedback from the governing board that was then passed on to our attorney who helped write this. So I can't take credit for 3 pages.
Right. I would really have loved 1 page, but I want to say I really appreciate the governing board's support in this and having the legal people clarify the law for us so that we can just follow it. So that being said, is there anything else? Okay, let's take a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Item 6.6. Consideration to approve the First Amendment to the intergovernmental agreement with STEADY. Rob, is there anything that we need to know that's not already in this book?
No, everything's kind of there.
Perfect. Is there a motion?
I move that the governing board approve the First Amendment to the intergovernmental agreement between STEADY and the Union High School District Number 2.
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Christy, seconded by Shelley. Any comments? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Call for executive session, item 6.7. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to go to executive session.
Second.
Perfect. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Shelley, to adjourn into executive session. Any comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. What's the word? It just went right out of my head. Nay. Are there any nay votes? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, motion carries unanimously. So we're back in general session, and we need to make a motion to represent the district in negotiations with Superintendent Tim Brienza. Is there a motion made? Would somebody like to make a motion?
I move that the governing board appoint President Kravitz to do the negotiations with Mr. Brienza.
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Christie, seconded by Shelley. Any comments? Okay, then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 7, future agenda items. Is there any future agenda item anybody would like? Great. Is there a motion to adjourn? There is a motion to adjourn by Carlos, seconded by Christie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Nay? Thank you. Motion adjourned. See you next month.